This week, I decided to make a call to action on a personal note. I want to tell you several reasons why you should consider a job in the space industry. I will also show you paths that lead there. You will see that it's a place for almost everyone. Why do I do that? Firstly, the space sector is one of the coolest industries to work in. I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. Many people don't know that they don't even have to be a space engineer to work on things like satellites, rockets, and Mars rovers. My second reason for doing this video is also my first reason for why you should consider joining the space industry. Many professionals in my environment have space companies or work in leading positions. They are desperately looking for talent. Every week I see several new job openings and people are asking if I know any good students or graduates. I've been in the sector for 15 years and the upturn in the past 2 years was intense. In my environment there are already more job opportunities than people who are available. There's a variety of jobs out there for different types of engineers, scientists, managers, but also several opportunities for people who do administrative tasks. In the space industry, there's currently a big amount of public and private funding available for business ideas, especially in utilizing data from space for commercial applications. Maybe you have a background in agriculture, civil engineering, or any other field where data from space could be beneficial. In that case, joining the space industry with a job today can give you a huge advantage with your business idea in a few years. But there are also many opportunities for engineers and entrepreneurs. People in my environment have satellite companies, rocket companies, software companies, all enabling better access to space and better services from space. The space industry is currently focusing on several trend areas. Let me give you a few examples. Satellite constellations that provide internet around the globe. Ones that take images of the whole planet once per day. There are dozens of companies that build rockets of all sizes, some of them reusable to make access to space much more affordable. Then there are the future trends that many new businesses are working on. Space mining to acquire new resources, debris removal to make space travel safer and sustainable, manufacturing in space to use resources on celestial bodies and create more permanent outposts in space. Those are just to name a few. I know many things I'm mentioning here may sound like science fiction to you and you may rightfully question the need for it. Just keep in mind that most of what the space industry does is for the benefit of our society. We use much of the data from space naturally every day without even realizing it. There are many contributions not only in technology but also in fields like medicine. There will probably be a few economical bubbles in the different directions of the space industry. Not all of the many new space companies will make it, but I'm convinced that as humanity, we are in the very early stages of spaceflight and there's a lot more to come. It's not even been 100 years that scientists attempted to build rockets that could leave the Earth's atmosphere. The space industry offers you a chance to do pioneer work. I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy the international, familiar, and peaceful vibe of the space sector. It is still a sector that is among the ones that suffers least from political events like sanctions between countries. Space helps to see our planet and humanity from a different perspective. Looking at all those raw images from space makes you see that there are no borders and that we're sharing this fragile planet. Let me show you some typical paths for joining the space industry. I estimate that about 5 to 10% of people in the space industry are space systems engineers. They have a broad overview of almost all topics related to space engineering. They are familiar with the technologies, with operations, and with managing a space project. Naturally, they play a key role and technically orchestrate a project in which several people from different disciplines are involved. Space engineers are crucial for the space industry, but space engineers can also specialize and work on a specific system, like for example, rocket engines. Space engineers typically have a bachelor's degree in engineering and a master's degree in aerospace or space engineering. If you're currently working as a mechanical engineer or other type of engineer, it's legitimate that you do a master in space engineering and join the industry as a space engineer. This probably gives you the best chances of joining the space industry. You get the right knowledge and skills, plus you collect relevant experience and make valuable contacts during your time in college. If only 5 to 10% are space systems engineers, then who are the others? A space system consists of mechanical parts, electrical equipment, and a lot of software. Those systems are sophisticated and should be built by experts. Many workers in the space industry are disciplined engineers from different backgrounds. Some typical examples are mechanical, electrical, mechatronics, software, and communications, but it's not limited to that. For example, people with a degree in chemistry can work on propellants. You can apply for jobs in the space sector without any prior knowledge about space. If you know how to build circuit boards, you will be able to adapt to the specific requirements that the space industry poses. You will get training on the job. You can also take a workshop or do one of the many available courses online. The certificate may give you the edge when you apply for a position in the space industry. It shows your motivation and you have some basic knowledge. Scientists are needed for many space projects. Imagine all the satellites that have scientific instruments on board for Earth observation or space exploration. There are several missions to celestial bodies. Then there's human spaceflight with lots of biological and medical experiments. Astronomers, biologists, geologists, and many more are wanted. Previously I mentioned that it's very attractive to start a business that makes use of data from space. There's a lot of data available. Those are not just RGB pictures that you find on Google Earth. We're talking about multispectral images taken in different wavelengths. Images that help us get a better understanding of, for example, climate change. We're talking about big data here. There are many companies looking for people who have skills in data analysis. There's a need for technicians in the space industry. People who, for example, assemble satellites. They don't even need a college degree. I've had many conversations with leaders on this topic. Many companies would prefer more students on a fast track. Often a bachelor's degree is sufficient for many jobs. The big companies are open to training their staff on the job for higher positions. Last but not least, all industries need people on every level in the administration. Management, HR, public relations. You want to be part of something exciting like a mission to space? It's possible for everyone to contribute in some way. You will find jobs offered by the bigger companies on the popular job portals like Indeed, Stepstone, and so on. I highly recommend that you check out some of the niche job portals. I put the links in the description. You'll find many space jobs there. Some of the smaller companies and startups don't put their job ads on paid portals. If you want to take some time to explore more job options, here's what you can do. I put links in the description to websites on which you can browse for space products. Just type in whatever you think is interesting for you, let's say rockets or satellites. You will easily find the links to the websites of several companies. Simply check out their careers pages. Also, don't forget that there are many space agencies, universities, and research organizations that have several opportunities for people with an interest for research-oriented work. I have several more tricks up my sleeve, especially for students who are looking for a job or a cool thesis project. Check out my videos on StudyFox that are linked in the description. I hope you consider joining our space family. See you soon.